Sharael, Maldine. Cullen's strength returned after the werewolf attack. The poultice DagGar and I made did its work, and by morning he could travel again. A searcher found us in the clearing, a lesser demon, but I destroyed it before it could call something stronger. We left quickly. On the road, Cullen kept asking questions. I told him what I knew. Searchers are hunters, servants of greater demons that move between the infernos. DagGar spoke of a ninth inferno, Narparis, and said the name of a god he shouldn't have. I lost control. I couldn't bear to hear it. Later, Cullen told me of his dream. The man-beast, the temple, the voice that called him. DagGar said it was no dream, that the demon had tried to take him through Somnia and failed. I didn't know what to say. When we reached the ridge, we saw what remained of La Rose. Collapsed walls, twisted stone, nature reclaiming everything. We made our way down through the forest and found an old road. The air felt wrong. I began my spells as we moved, and when the howls rose from the east, Cullen told me to stay close.
Cullen, Avon. A howl. Closer this time. Another answers. My pulse kicks up. They're not an immediate threat. Not yet. But there's nowhere to hole up. No solid buildings, no barricades. Nothing defensible. Stone crunches beneath our boots. The overgrowth recedes, revealing a well-trodden path. That's not a good sign. I'd hoped we'd reach the temple before nightfall. Perhaps we would have, had we not taken the deep forest. At best, we're still a half hour away. The howls continue, spaced every few minutes. Most are distant. A few are close. Werewolves? From Sandra's descriptions, I'd say they are. DagGar remains silent. Sharael still clings to my hand. I wonder how many spells she has. The third sun must still be beneath the horizon, but light stirs. For a brief time it had seemed like night. Now, dawn creeps back into the landscape, despite the cooling air. Mist curls from the ground, wraith-like, seeping through the ruins, rising from forgotten alleys and wells. It thickens unnervingly fast, swirling at our feet, swallowing the earth beneath us. A howl, too close. DagGar launches from my pack, his knife, Kyrus, glints, gripped tight in his tail. He lands lightly, immediately swallowed by the fog. Don't get too far ahead, I hiss, but even that feels too loud. Another howl answers, nearer. The mist roils, disturbed by movement. A shape flickers ahead, larger than a Rakahan, smaller than a werewolf. It vanishes into the gloom. I can't see the ground anymore. My boot snags something. I stumble, catch myself, adjust to a cautious shuffle. I let go of Sharael's hand. She gasps at the loss of contact. I slide open my belt buckle. The light spills out. Thick, it spreads, expanding in a syrupy glow. Mist reflects it back, blinding us. I swear and snap it shut. Sharael glares. Blinded by the light or just furious that I should have known better? Both, probably. I shrug, but she's unimpressed. A howl, mere meters away. I spin, drawing the razor. The thrum muted by 2 fingers as the blade slides between them. Keep going, I say.
All right.
She fades into the mist, drawing her own sword. I lurch forward to keep her in sight. Slower. We need to stay together. She glances back with a startled look and waits a moment for me to close the gap. I repeat the thought to myself, find a place to hold up. Where? The temple had been our best hope, but if it's occupied, that's no longer an option. Perhaps within the walls of La Rose there will be something. The mist thickens into true fog. Even as we draw closer to the city, its shape vanishes in the murk. The night deepens, the rising moon only a smudge of light behind the haze. The air is crisp, but it does nothing to calm my nerves. The walls of La Rose loom ahead, crumbling, jagged, like broken teeth in a shattered jaw. Sturdier buildings may still stand inside. The only question is whether we can reach them. A howl. Inside the city, not far. Another answers behind us, then another, closer. I take the lead, every sense alert, watching, listening, any sign of movement. The walls rise before us. The portcullis yawns, a gaping maw. We pass through the gates. I think my knowledge of the city will serve us, but the sight that greets me is unfamiliar. The roads are twisted, reshaped into makeshift paths. Shanties choke the thoroughfare. Buildings rise taller, 2, 3 stories, still standing but hollow. Roofs collapsed, walls fractured. Some structures heaps of rubble, others barely touched. A strange randomness to the destruction. No doors, no windows, no shutters. No one has lived here in a long time. A howl, raw and guttural, so close I flinch. The razor swings about in a desperate measure, but finds no target. Something moves in the mist, a tall figure hunched in a doorway. It retreats. Another howl splits the silence, barely a block away.
This way!
DagGar's voice shrieks from ahead. I'd almost forgotten him. His voice is distant but clear. I switch the razor to my left, grab Sharael's hand, and run. Rubble shifts behind us. The fog thickens, swallowing the streets, stifling what little moonlight remains. The ruins loom overhead, skeletal husks of buildings choking with the space. A roar erupts to our left, close. So close my muscles coil, ready to strike. I turn, blade poised. Nothing to see. We have no torches or ways of making flame. Had no opportunity to equip ourselves. No real need. Not when I have the belt buckle. Another roar, this time from the right. I backpedal, pushing Sharael ahead. Take the lead. Watch forward. I hope she understands.
This way!
DagGar's voice, distant, muffled by the mist, but it's enough. Sharael moves faster. I keep pace, eyes cutting through the dark, searching for movement. A growl, low and guttural. Sharael squeals and the fog roils. Something's there, big, dog-like, moving on all fours. Sharael has her sword raised, ready, focused. But the growl ahead is joined by another, distant but in the direction we're heading. Trapped.
In here!
DagGar yells. The mist churns, and a massive wolf face materializes, gleaming yellow eyes, a snarl, teeth flashing as it rears up, massive on 2 legs. I don't hesitate. The razor sings up. The beast swings for me, claws flashing, but the razor finds flesh. A searing cut. The creature howls, its blood bursting into smoke and flame, burning as the razor's magic reacts. It yelps, stumbles back, retreating into the mist. A sudden jolt. Something grabs my pack.
This way.
She pulls me, guiding while I keep my focus behind us. No time to think. No time to hesitate. I risk a glance ahead. A structure looms, the shape of a building. Refuge. DagGar's found us shelter. Hope flickers, hot and desperate. The mist shifts, forms take shape. 7. No, 8. Blurry pillars of darkness solidify. Long limbs, clawed hands, tall pointed ears like horns on a bull. 4 meters away, closing, but hesitant, wary of the magic we wield.
Duas manu ignis.
Fire erupts. Twin spheres of flame streak past me, heat making me flinch, blinding in the dark. The fireballs burst on impact, splat like mud pies, exploding into shards of flame. The beasts scream. Their forms glow in the mist, staggering, swiping at the fire clinging to their fur. They reel back, retreat. The night is filled with inhuman howls, a grotesque mix of man and wolf. But others come. They advance, hesitating just outside sword range. My boot strikes wood, steps.
This way!
I stumble back, pulled along. 1, 2, 3 steps into more darkness. No door, no safety. Snarls echo too close.
Down!
Sharael yelps. Something slams into a wall. Her weight yanks on my pack, nearly drags me down with her. 2 massive figures lunge, shouldering each other, jostling to be first. I strike. The razor's tip bites deep. Flames burst, blinding the confined space. Steam, smoke, burning flesh. The first staggers, reeling back. The second hesitates, flinching at the fire. I take my chance, move. Sharael pulls me further, downward. A cellar, tight space, no room to fight. I teeter, lose balance, drop forward, catch myself. No mist, not here. My boots thud onto the packed dirt floor. I snap open my belt buckle. The diamond inside flares pure white. Light floods the cellar, slow like syrup as it seeks each corner like spilt water. At the top of the stairs, 2 beasts snarl. They rear back, blinded, howling. The glow illuminates the room. A dead end. Nowhere to run. Panic slams into me. DagGar wouldn't trap us. There's something else. A hole. Rough cut. Narrow. 1 person at a time. A well? Snarls snap my focus upward. The stairway is full. They're coming.
Down! It's deep enough! Safe! They won't get you down there!
Shit. Sharael, get in, I bark. But I'm the closest and something shoves me.
Go.
I fall. My pack catches on the edge and levers forward, hands and face striking the walls. Feet strike ground, knees buckle. Shit. I twist, slamming the blade into the wall as Sharael crashes down atop me, legs on either side, pain exploding. I groan, hard to breathe. A barking growl shakes the space. I blink dust from my eyes. The beast's massive arm reaches into the hole, long claws grasping, raking for Sharael, just a finger's width below. She jerks, but she can't go lower. She's stuck, pinned between me and the wall. Shit. I struggle, pack caught on my shoulders. Her knee smashes my face. The belt buckle light, illuminating dust and debris raining down. I wrench at my pack, twisting to slip free. 1 strap off. The beast's claws swipe again. No more time. I pull, desperate. My pack is off and beside me as I slump against the wall. Sharael sinks down, straddling me in the cramped space. We're face to face. Our packs stacked beside us. My scabbard flexed, wedged into the ground, pulling awkwardly against my hip. The pressure builds, painful, unyielding. I fumble at the clasp, no fear of damaging the scabbard. I push down, undoing the crab claw clasp. The scabbard snaps straight. Above, claws scrape dirt. The beast reaches again, a finger's width from her head.
Ah!
It withdraws, then digs. The others join in, jostling, snarling, clawing at the mouth of the hole. Dirt rains down, our frail refuge collapsing by the second. Sharael grips me tighter, her arms seeking mine. I move to do the same, but my mind races. DagGar led us here. Why? A hole barely deeper than the reach of a werewolf's claws? He wouldn't. Not intentionally. I shift, jostling against the walls. My left leg finds nothing. I freeze. Test the space again. Empty. A gap. A tunnel, perhaps. I grip Sharael tight. Shift my weight. Yes, an opening. I whisper near her ear. There is space behind you.
What?
Maybe a tunnel. I hiss louder, hoping the beasts don't understand me.
Where?
Behind you. My legs are in it. She tries to turn, but the space is too tight. I'll go first, under you. Understand?
All right, hurry.
I plant my hands on her thighs, bracing, pushing my hips forward to inch myself underneath her. It's slow, cramped. I crowd her more than before, feeling with my feet, dragging myself forward millimeter by millimeter. She understands now. She shifts her weight, bows her head and back to stay low, giving me just enough space. I inch lower, my back against the dirt, my legs stretching into the tunnel. Above, snarls sharpen, claws rake deeper. Sharael squeals. I see a claw catch in her hair. It yanks. She hunches down in panic, her full weight crushing down atop me. I can't breathe. Dust chokes my throat, burns my eyes. In a panic, I shove her up. She rises with a scream. The werewolves recoil, startled. Before they understand why she moved, she drops again, pressing even lower. I squirm deeper into the tunnel. Above, a furious roar. The werewolves dig faster, howls turning to rage. Sharael twists, turning herself feet first to follow. She's coming. I disappear into the earth. The tunnel is tight, barely wider than my shoulders. The air is thick with dust. The light from my gems smothers us in white haze. Too bright. I snap it shut. As darkness collapses around us, she gasps. "Come on," I call, voice muffled by the dirt walls. Thunk. Pain explodes in my skull. Her boot heel slams into my head. I hiss but keep moving. I call. "The razor! And the packs. Pass them through when you're safe."
All right.
She sobs, her voice breaking. I feel her behind me, kicking hard to enter the tunnel. Then, nothing. Another blow to my head. Metal. I reach up. My fingers brush the razor's pommel. I grab it, pulling it and the scabbard alongside me. No room to sheath it. No belt to clip it to. What about our packs? Sharael kicks again, grunting with the effort. The tunnel is rough-hewn, animal dug, sloping downward. Where does it lead? Are you all right? No response. I pause. Sniffles, grunts. It's her. The werewolves have gone silent. I repeat the question.
Yes.
She says through tears. I want to comfort her, but there's no time. I press forward. The slope steepens. I slide easier. Heels anchor, knees bend. Pull forward. Again. Again. The ceiling lowers. Knees bend less. Shit. A dead end? I try not to panic. DagGar wouldn't lead us to a burial hole, would he? My breathing sharpens. The ceiling scrapes my chest plate. Debris trickles onto my neck. Keep calm. My breathing stutters. The tunnel presses in. Sharael says something.
Cullen?
I barely register it. I focus on her voice. She doesn't sound panicked, only distraught. I keep moving, inch by inch. The ceiling drops lower. My chin brushes dirt. My breath comes fast. Too fast. I freeze. It feels like the ceiling is giving way. The dirt laying down across my chest, pushing harder and harder as it crushes down. I exhale. Dust fills my nose, my mouth. I try to expand my chest, but I can't. No space, no air. I flail, arms trapped. I can't move. The tunnel closes in. I am buried alive. It takes long moments to steady myself. I can't stop. If I do, we'll have to go back. I'm not stuck yet. Not really. But will I get stuck? The thought gnaws at me with every inch forward. My breathing thins. Ribs compress tighter with every movement. Push again. And the earth clamps down on me. Sharael's boot catches my head. I gasp. I think I'm stuck.
Stuck?
Maybe. I wriggle, shifting my chest side to side, dragging with my heels, breath running short. I fight for air, tiny, ragged gasps that aren't enough. My chest plate scrapes. The tunnel pressing in, each movement tightening the space around me. Too tight, too close. I twist, desperate to breathe, ribs compressed, lungs screaming. Not enough. I force my stomach to expand, pulling against my lungs, sucking in more air, just barely. I push forward, inch by inch. The tightest point passes, scraping my face, my cheek. Half a breath, but it's something.
Hello?
Sharael swears. There's a pause, then another curse.
Sorry. Oops. Sorry again. Oh, whoops. How embarrassing.
DagGar.
She's spitting between words.
Yuck.
Sorry. Cullen!
He hugs my face.
You're making good time.
I exhale shakily. Where's this leading?
Not far.
How do you know?
Oh, I followed a badger. Or something like a badger. Figured it knew its way around.
You mean there's a badger thing down here with us? I breathe faster.
Well, it wasn't really a badger.
I know it wasn't a badger.
Shut up, you two. The strid is heavy and I want out.
What Trid?
She's pulling both packs. Got one tethered to the other.
Good girl. But if I'm struggling to fit, how will the packs? I shift. The ground beneath me vanishes. My legs dangle. Oh shit! I'm falling. I scramble for purchase, releasing the razor and scabbard, hands grasping at dirt. The slide stops.
What?
I'm falling!
Hold on, I'm coming.
To do what? I brace for her boot. I can at least grab that. I slip further. There's nothing to hold on to!
Hold on, let me help.
I feel him wriggle down my side, shoving between my arm, my body, and the ceiling. Oof. This isn't helping.
Sorry! Oh, gods, don't let go!
His claws prick my legs. I feel him scrambling down to my boots. Of course I won't let go, you imbecile. How far is it?
Don't know exactly.
What do you see?
Nothing.
There's something else down here.
What's out there? I feel my grip slipping, fingers clawing through soft dirt. Sharael's boot knocks my scalp. I grab it. Leather slides between my fingers, and then the ground gives way. Fuck! My scream is cut off. I crash down hard onto something soft and warm. A creature shrieks, skitters away beneath me. A long, stunned silence. I flick open the light on my belt buckle. DagGar peers at me, perched on my knee. Big, stupid grin.
Maybe 2.5 meters?
He looks up. Looks down.
What do you think?
I think I know this place, though time has twisted it. A Cadian soldier led my father and me through these ancient ruins once, long after the reign of the religious werewolf cult that had occupied it. My eyes traced the fine craftsmanship that once amazed me as a child. Smooth stone hallways, walls lined with intricate glyphs at the base and crown, their meaning a mystery even to the Cadians. Despite the passage of time and the corruption of this world, the glyphs remain, though their smooth surfaces are now marred, gouged, deliberately defaced. Recognition stirs, a realization of their meaning, though their purpose still dances just beyond my grasp. I remember the glyphs from my dream, etched into bones that made up the dream temple. Words spoken in the guttural tongue of the woman in Caracas take shape in my mind, forming a pattern that matches what I see. A shiver crawls down my spine as the pieces of a greater puzzle begin to fall into place. Sharael's boots kick free of the tunnel mouth, and despite the sniffling and tears from earlier, she slides down with surprising grace, landing beside me on the dirt mound. It takes us both a few moments to compose ourselves, but finally I whisper, "You did well." She beams at the compliment, but her spirits quickly dwindle as weariness and fear seep in. She twists slowly onto her knees, using the wall to push herself upright. I rise as well, and step onto the small mound beneath the tunnel mouth and reach for one of the pack straps. I don't know why I even try. They must be 3 meters back. Unable to find solid footing, I abandon the attempt and turn to her. "I can boost you up." We fumble through the process, letting her step onto my knee, but it isn't enough. "Here," I say, squatting down beside her. "Sit on my shoulder." She hesitates, confused, but doesn't argue. Moving beside me, she awkwardly maneuvers into position, her bottom settling on my shoulder. I wrap an arm around her legs and stand, lifting her with a surprised squeak. She laughs, a small reward for all this. Leaning forward into the hole, she scrambles ahead. But as I release her legs, she starts to slide back. My hands press against her rump to brace her, my cheeks heating as I shove her up until she gains purchase and crawls forward.
They won't budge. Too tight.
"DagGar, can you help her empty some contents? Thin the packs so we can pull them through."
Alrighty!
He clambers up and over her calves, across her bottom, and disappears from sight. With his help, they undo laces and straps, emptying the packs enough to pull the contents through. But it's a slow process, taking nearly half an hour.
We're right under the temple, or close enough.
I already knew this. Sharael and I exchange nods. We sit opposite each other on our packs, leaning against rough walls marred with defacement. The passageway stretches long, closed at each end by unfinished doors. A badger-like creature had cowered nearby for a short time, but when we deliberately moved away from the tunnel mouth, it scurried back, its long claws making easy work of the steep incline. It wasn't a badger. For now, a fragile sense of safety settles over us. Whoever built these doors was no mere beast, unlike what pursued us. The thought steadies me. With a nod to Sharael, I assure her it's safe to rest.
Sharael Maldine. Cullen's preparing food. Likely cold rations again because that's all we have. I watch him, trying not to dwell on the sensation of his powerful hands on my bottom. Not a tender touch, but an iron grip. It sent a tingle up my spine, and just thinking about it has me blushing. Oh, this won't do. The contingentium. Yes. Now that's something I should dwell on. It's bigger than I imagined. I never expected it to manifest in such a way that the world is different. Thinnings? And Corbin ousted from power. How could the contingentium have done this? How could I have done this? To Corbin. Or to Cullen. I can't believe that, with all I have to worry over, a boy is what has me emotionally drained. I know it's this place. DagGar has said as much. But it's more than that. I've gone from being the master of my domain to a fumbling, emotional girl. I never used to cry. Now, I feel like crying all the time. Corbin, help me. The thought comes out of habit. What feels like only a week ago, I would call upon his name to draw his attention, reminding him to watch over me, to see what was happening in my life. But now, he's forbidden me from ever speaking his name again. Yet, how can I comply when I've said his name every day of my life? Sometimes every hour. At least he still tolerates me. Otherwise, who knows how many times I'd be on my face. Or worse. My body trembles. I never thought Corbin would threaten me. Even at the worst of my trespasses against him, he never did such a thing. DagGar is trying to balance on Cullen's head, while Cullen rummages through his pack. Oh, he's a handful. I wonder if I will have to get rid of him. I glance at the scamp, watching as his front paws slip down over Cullen's eyes, his hind legs scrabbling for purchase in Cullen's hair. That ridiculous hat he made, with the searcher's absurd nose sticking straight up. Cullen glances at me and I know he understands. It's hard to stay mad at that maddening creature. The problem is, what will DagGar be like when we're back in the garden? A terror on 4 legs, no doubt. Can I allow it? What will the circle say? A mischievous creature with magic at his disposal? Surely they'd forbid it. DagGar is now hanging backward, his hind end flopping over Cullen's eyes. His tail sticks straight up from Cullen's forehead, and I burst into laughter. Cullen smiles but says nothing. Leaving DagGar behind will be a hard decision, one that requires careful consideration. Leaving him might rid me of a nuisance, but it could also make me an enemy. Still, there are far more important things to worry about, like the summoning. Uocare daemonium habentum. How in the infernos am I supposed to cast that? If Cullen was impressed by Caracas in a dream, what will he think of a magnificum in the flesh? Cullen holds out 3 long strips of dried meat.
We're getting low. Only enough food for another 6 meals, and we'll need water soon.
I nod, but stay silent. I'm tired and need to plan the spell form and the contraptions for the holding. Just thinking about it sets my nerves alight.
I know it's not your favorite,
he says with a kind smile. He misreads my expression, but I let him think he's right. Discussing the Uocare daemonium habentum with him brings an even greater fear than the casting itself.
Try to eat.
I glance at the strips of meat in my hand. Not my favorite. I hadn't even tried it before Cullen first offered it to me. I take a tentative bite, sawing with my front teeth before chewing. Why is it so tough? Memories surface. Men grumbling on the road, chewing with distaste after weeks of eating little better. I remember seeing them eat jerk and thinking it didn't seem so bad. I would have given anything to try it back then. The memories come unbidden in this quiet, and I take a lesson from the whittle leaf, chewing doggedly. As I focus on the simple task, the tension and fear recede. It may not be my favorite, but I don't dislike it.
DagGar?
He asks, holding out a strip of meat. DagGar, his eyes lighting with excitement as he slides from Cullen's head. Cullen doesn't tease him. He hands over the meat, and DagGar hugs it like a treasure, twirling before sitting down to eat in Cullen's lap. After our meager supper, DagGar insists on taking the first watch. Cullen looks at me, his expression asking for approval. His eyes seem to plead. Does he want to be alone with me? My heart skips a beat at the thought. Am I reading him right? Cullen knows my reservations about DagGar, I can tell. But I don't want to give the wrong impression. DagGar sits on the stone floor, flashing a horseshoe grin. I consider giving Cullen my "are you out of your mind" look, but I want this moment, maybe as much as I want success in our mission. I let out a sigh. Sure, DagGar, I say, resigned. DagGar's grin widens, as if that's possible, and he trots off toward the door. Cullen stands and follows him. At first I'm confused, but of course, how would that little furball open the door? I unstrap my pack to lie out my bedroll. Frustration mounts as the thongs binding it seem tighter than ever. Why did I bother tying it back on so tightly? Cullen returns and has his bedroll set in a heartbeat. It irritates me how easily he handles such things while I fumble with everything. It all seemed so simple when I was just an observer. I've witnessed countless adventures, knights riding into battle, justice served. It all seemed so romantic from a distance. But now, living it myself, it's exhausting. Where's the fun in it? I lie down and Cullen does too. He closes his eyes, and I can't help but stare at him for a moment before my own eyes close involuntarily. I try to focus on the Uocare Diamonium Habentum, picturing the spell form and the contraptions I'll need to create. For a moment I can see it clearly. 2 circles, one within the other. The lines form, but suddenly I'm standing in green woods wearing a blue dress. A fawn and 3 birds surround me. I'm ankle-deep in swamp water talking to my father. He berates me for my choices, for leaving him, for joining the circles. This conversation happened once, but never like this. I glance down at the dress. It clings to my legs, wet at the fringes, dragging through the swamp water. I trip and fall. The water is cold, dark, and dirty. I gasp, feeling it run over my body. I've never felt water before. When I stand, the dress clings to me, drenched and heavy. I wake with a start. Opening my eyes to the dim light, I sit up and see Cullen packing.
I heard something earlier. We're not alone down here. Oh, also, there's a storage room that way.
He points to my right.
Mostly old casks and sacks of flour. A good place for a privy, I think.
Hello again. Yes, it's me. Cute, fluffy me, DagGar. This time, on purpose. Oh, Dimitri? What are you doing under the desk?
You again. What do you mean? What am I doing under the desk? I working. Building quiet. Why are you here? It is 3 a.m.
Is it? Well, yes, that tracks. You know, inspiration hours. Very productive. And, well, I was a little nervous about doing all this, but I've been told I'm doing, better. I mean, Mike was red and sweaty and, a little wheezy, but that's much better than last week when he showed me what he was going to do with that microphone.
Go away, Kotbayun. You are bad luck. Babushka says she will send me the family roaring pin if I need it.
Right, yes. I'll be quick. Probably. So, if you're listening and you liked this, not Dimitri, obviously, the episode, there are still those 5 stars everyone keeps whispering about. Same as before. You know where they are. Or you'll figure it out. Humans always do. You're very resourceful when numbers are involved.
Stars do not fix short in wiring.
No, but apparently they fix algorithms. Algaroths. Algeroth. I met him in a tavern once. Wait, what was I talking about?
Same stupid ramblings as before.
Right, yes, I remember. Some of you may have noticed that not everything fits neatly out here. Some things are older, quieter, stranger. They don't interrupt. They just sit there, waiting.
Mivenia.
What was that, Dimitri? I'm not naming anything.
I heard Mike say you were going to say it.
What? I am not gonna say Patreon. Whoops, shit. I mean, shoot. I mean,
Stupid
Farg.
God,
Yeah,
Bayona.
that's what I meant. Farg. That's a funny one. Anyway, I learned that lesson. If you're curious, and only if you're curious, Mike's lair is mikecarmel.ca. That's where he stacks things and pretends it's organized. Phew, got through it without talking about Patreon. Mostly. Right, Dimitri?
You are still talking.
That's all. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to rate. But don't rate Dimitri. He hates that.
You're like stupid Bunny from Saturday mornings when I was child. Never shut it up. I get family rolling pin. That show how I rate.
Oh, I just love your humor, Dimitri.
I hate you.